they're closing all the factories down. Out in Bethlehem, they're killing time, filling out phones. Oh, I'll bring in a mic. Because why not? I might say something worth listening to. No promises. Let's see how we do today for Susan and her notifications. TKD's in. ABD. Prank Stop. Mista Power. Hyper Shuriken. I zip tied my penis to a brick. Hey, good to see you again, pal. Lubo? Jaden? It's just me. It's just me. That's a good name. Everyone's back in. Jacob's here. Oink, try. Oink, Trinolf? Hey, Michael. Omega Project's in. Your mom's big toe. Andrew Wilson. You guys have some of the greatest screen names. It's one of my very favorite things about doing this. Now, it looks like. Oh well, thank you, Hyper Shuriken. I appreciate that. For those of you who are following the poll we had about which scary game to play, what am I trying to think of, guys? What are names? Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2, the updated version, has taken a huge lead over Resident Evil 7. So it looks like that'll be the one. So onward to the Isekai anime. That looks really good. Anime-chan? That looks really good to me. There's part of it, that Isekai quartet, that I haven't seen yet, right? If I'm remembering. But anyway, what I was starting to say is the Resident Evil 2 update is so far ahead. It's a done deal. So what I'll do is after this stream, I'm gonna go buy it, get it downloading and stuff, and we'll see how my afternoon fleshes out. Fleshes out, and if I get time, we'll dive into that. We'll get that started. Favorite season of Overlord? I don't know if Overlord was just so good to me from coast to coast. I don't even know how you would make a call on that. I saw something about season 4. Anime-chan, right when I was getting some a picture for the thumbnail for this, and I saw some news on it. I saw that. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, John. And the thing is, it's another anime that has a waifu for me that is among my all-time favorites. Because Albedo, Albedo, I have difficulty even recovering from watching the scene where she just throws herself literally at Ainz, and has a bunch of my top tier favorite characters. Because as much as I love Ainz Wolgon, he wasn't even my favorite character in the series. Sabus was. So I mean, it just oh God. You haven't seen it yet, Cesaro? Yeah, that one. Of the anime that I've already seen, and like I've told you guys, I'm just finding myself wanting to go rewatch a lot of what I've already seen. The top 2 that are calling to me are Overlord and again, here we go with names, guys. Overlord, give me a second, it'll come to me. And Konosuba. Though I enjoyed both of those a lot when I watched them, but now in hindsight, both of them are moving even further and further up my favorite list. How much of Attack on Titan? What episode did I just watch? I can tell you what one I just got done editing one. Episode 21 is the most recent one I watched. That's AOT is in a really good spot right now too. This whole thing with the Titty Titan, and now she just swallowed Eren. Eren has got a real issue with getting swallowed by Titans. He's got to clean that up a little bit. Oh, on Albedo, yeah, Woj Tech. There's just Albedo. I mean, obviously her look struck me right from the beginning, but I really like her character as well. She's such a freak, and she's such a badass. Hey, Glenn, good to see you. Haven't watched Overlord, just want to drop in a look at my favorite man's face. Well, thanks, Sajil. and again, as always, I am. As always, you guys know I put up the topics to give us, a point to begin conversation. You can talk about absolutely anything you want. You're in any of these streams. You're never tethered to only one topic. It's just that's the initial jumping off point. Omega says, I've been rewatching Overlord with my girlfriend, so this stream is well timed for me. Are ya? I wish I could get my wife interested. And the thing is, the couple of things she watched in anime with me. Oh crap! What was the I got her to watch the one movie with me, and I forgot which one it was. Which one we watched together? Shit! Isn't that's terrible? I can't remember which one of the movies it was. I got her to watch with me, but she enjoyed it. She watched the first few episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I just can't get her. And the thing of it is, now that with you guys having introduced me to so many different anime, I mean, I've been with my wife for an awful lot of years. I know what she likes. I know precisely which anime she would enjoy, but we just can't get her to do it. Aaron is basically a Titan sandwich. That's all right. Who's on that? That's basically what I was saying when I watched it too. It's like when when she chomped him out of Aaron Titan there and swallowed him. It's like, dude, this is a flashback. We've seen this before. Stop already. You get eaten too much, bro. No, I'm still working on Attack on Titan, Haroon. Like I say, I'm up to episode 21. That one's going currently at the Goosh at our Patreon right now. And I think, let's see, 21 is for tomorrow, so I've posted the first 20. Trying off Overlord is great. The only real problem, in my opinion, is the shitty CGI. See, I'm not, and I'm not poo-pooing that away, but that kind of stuff doesn't really get to me. As long as the story is strong and the characters are good, that stuff doesn't bother me that much. I mean, everybody, anybody will obviously appreciate something that's stronger in presentation, but it doesn't really take me back. Show her Boku no Pico. There, now we'd get her into anime CD. Loved One Punch Man. Got Immortals. Got to figure out how I'm gonna fit in season 2 into the Goose. I still got to fit that in. I want to fit. Me trying to fit it in. Got to fit in season 4 of High School DxD yet somewhere. I'm gonna have to find a place for My Hero Academia coming up soon. I don't know what I'm gonna do it all. I'll figure it out. Just show her hentai. Jacob says. Boku no Piccolo. Naruto and Sasuke or Goku and Vegeta? Well, I don't know what you're saying. Biggest Marvel fan ever. I mean, which characters did I like better? Or, which ones do I think made for better competitors within their series? I'm not sure what you're asking about. Those are 4 characters I really enjoyed. Or put it this way, 2 pairs of characters I really enjoyed. Because I like the dynamic between both of them in their individual series. Which do you think is better, Attack on Titan or Slap on Titan? Oh, wow, Jacob. Slap on Titan was really, really well done. But I mean, and I don't mean to demean it in any way, but I do think Attack has been better. If I could only have watched one, I would have wanted to watch Attack on Titan just because it's a good story. You know what I like about Attack on Titan too? And I didn't get into it in great detail, and I meant to in the video I posted to the Goose earlier. Or no, I haven't posted it yet, but I watched for the Goose earlier. Is they do a great job of... It's going to sound stupid. Oh, well, you guys are used to that. They do a great job of killing characters. And what I mean by that is they're not afraid to kill any character that the story dictates should go, but they never seem like they're just taking a character out for shock value, if that makes any sense. Because I've seen not even so much anime, but whether it's TV series, movies, where that would be the case. Where sometimes characters get offed and it's like, you did that just to make us go, because it doesn't really make sense for the story. To me, anyway. So I like that. They're just telling a really good, strong, honest story in Attack on Titan. Omega says, I've been working on getting my girlfriend into anime. Got her into Dragon Ball and Naruto, now Overlord. Oh shit, you got a good basis then. All I've been able to do is get my wife to watch that one movie and a few episodes of FMAB. See, now my wife, she wouldn't get into Dragon Ball, I know. Naruto, possibly. Overlord, she wouldn't like. But there are ones that I know she would enjoy. Oh, hell, and again, now titles, are going to start going on my head. Kids on the Slope. I know she would love Kids on the Slope. but I just can't get her to give in and try it. Jack, have you heard or watched Beastars? Heard of or watched? I don't think, unless I'm forgetting, Jack, I don't think I've ever even heard of them. I don't know what that is. That's unusual. Usually, because I spend I spend most all my time here with you guys, either here at the channel or over at the Goose. I'm always with you guys, and we're always talking about anime. So usually, even if I haven't seen something, I've heard of it. Beastars? That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Oh wait, was it? What? Poppy, is anybody having connection problems? Shouldn't be any issues. Because Poppy said she lost the connection. I just want to make sure. Inuyasha. Inuyasha. Oh yeah, I definitely heard of Inuyasha. What was the finality on Inuyasha at the last? You guys got to help me here. Yeah, Inuyasha almost won a recent poll we had. Came really close. Oh man, there's nothing. I'm just checking everything here. Again, now I've got I've got a connection speed that will support anything. I give Spectrum credit for that. They upgraded the shit out of the systems. It would support anything I want to stream. So there's no reason for us to be having any type of lag, particularly when we're not playing a game. I mean, there's no drain on my computer at all whatsoever. So even if I was, and I'm not, even if I was sending out a full 1920 1080 feed, it should go flawlessly. So get your shit right, Susan. Ghost in the Shell, heard of that one. Again, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. No problems for me, it's fine for you. Okay, just might have been a glitch here or there for some people. Uh, Jayhawk says, it might be recency bias, but I really think that when the final season is done, Attack on Titan will go down as the defining anime of this era. Well, like I say, I'm really, really wrapped up into it right now. It's just absolutely fascinating. And again, for a lot of the reasons I mentioned. And the Titans, as much as they make me laugh with I love the run. that is right up there with the Naruto run for me as far as legendary. Uh, but they're really chilling villains. They are. They're scary. They're creepy. Yeah, it really, they pull you into that world, and when you hear the thump, 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 it does. It chills you. Dragon Spheres. Bleach will be so much fun in March. Think Ichigo is right up your alley. His father is hilarious too. Rukia waifu. Making tacos, by the way. I'll share some. Oh, I like tacos, Dragon Spheres. As a matter of fact, I haven't had tacos in ages because we always have burritos, so I like the soft shells. But I think I want it hard. I might have to take it hard next time. Next time we have taco meat. Shit, I was gonna tell you guys something else, and I went right out of my head. It'll come back at some point. it'll come floating around again. Let's see. Omega says still need to convince you. He's talking about his girlfriend. Start One Piece, but that's a bit of a commitment. Yeah, I can see that being intimidating to anybody just because of the sheer length. Although I'll tell you, we were just talking about. I just recorded episode 304, and we were just talking the other day at the Goosh about how fast it's gone. Fuck off, train. I mean, I've been impressed. It doesn't seem. It's a lot of because it's been so enjoyable. I'm sure anything seems to go by quick when you're when you're having fun with it, but it's flown by. We got past 300 episodes. It seemed like that. Now, granted, we're not watching. We only watched one filler segment, and other than that, we're not watching filler. But still, that's a lot of episodes, and it flew. You've never had tacos, Big Green? Well, see, I'm boring because I don't like veggies, so I have them really stripped down. But the spices and everything in taco meat, oh, it's so good. Well, thanks, Dusty. That's nice to say. Taylor says, what's the vote so far on Resident Evil 2 Remake or Resident Evil 7? The 2 Remake is crushing, Taylor. Last I looked was just a little while ago, and it was up like 75 to 25. So I was telling the gang early in the stream, what I'll do is when this stream is over, I'm going to go buy Resident Evil 2 Remake, because there's no chance for Resident Evil 7 to come back, and it's only got a few hours till I was going to have the official end of the poll anyway. So I'll go get that downloading, and this will be iffy. if it downloads quick enough and I don't have too much to do this afternoon, I'll try and stream the first episode of it because I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I don't know. Hey, that's right. I might have to take it hard. Brandon, do you like Aura and Mare? Yes, they they crack me up. I All the characters in Overlord were just so good and so well done, so well voiced. I just love that series. That's why I want to watch it again. But yeah, they make me laugh every time they're on screen. They make me laugh. And have you seen Code Geass? No, I have not. That's my favorite anime. That is one that right now at the $1 level at our Patreon at the Goosh, I set which ones we're gonna watch. We're watching Assassination Classroom. We're supposed to be doing shorter series, but we're watching Ask Class because I asked the gang if they'd mind if we'd go ahead and throw that one in there just because I really wanted to see it. I had seen a couple episodes that were Gusha 100 sponsored. So we're watching that, and then after that we go, because I don't want to tell you guys wrong, we go Demon Slayer and Trigun. When we start expanding a little bit again, I'm probably, if Code Geass hasn't gotten voted in at one of the levels, it'll probably be up there at that level because I need to see that one. My basis for what I put at the $1 level is what I hear you guys talking about the most, basically. And just like this, just like Brandon has mentioned it again, it always, always, always gets mentioned, and it's always mentioned in a positive way. So it's going to come up at the Goosh soon, one way or another. Oh, Beast Wars. Oh, okay. No, I still don't know what that is, though, either. Beast Wars? Nope, that one. No, unless I'm forgetting, and the guys here will usually remind me if I have, but I don't remember hearing about that at all. That's, nope, never heard of that one. Sounds like something up my alley. Hey, Loki. I don't know. Guys, I'm so simple. Things like this little "how's it going" guy just make me laugh. No matter how much I try and stay, well, because I like technology, so I try and stay. I'm not a guru or anything, but I try and stay on the edge of technology just because I enjoy it. But there's still a part of me that's the dopey ginger kid with 3 channels and rabbit ears for a TV that thinks something like this is just freaking hysterical. This simple mind. Dragon Spheres. Wonder what your waifu will be in Bleach. Important. Oh, I always look forward to what a waifu will be. Boy, I'll tell you, Ass Class. Professor Bitch. She's made a splash in my waifu list. There's something about her I really. Oh, there's a lot of things about her, because she is thick, and she's just hot. I like the whole assassin thing. So yeah, she's made an impression on me. Omega says we're talking about his girlfriend. She's coming by tonight. Hopefully we can finish Overlord, but that depends on us not getting distracted. Well, that type of distraction is always understandable, Omega. There's not much that I would want to interrupt me when watching a series as good as Overlord. But yeah, that I would be okay with letting that fly. I love ass in class, Dylan says. High School of the Dead. Oh, we watched High School of the Dead. That was really good too. I enjoyed that one, PC format. That one's over at the Goose too. Yep, that was a good one. Update. I think I found the ring I want to get for girlfriend. Oh, really, Glenn? Cool. Glenn's getting close to that big commitment. The big move. Let's see. Excuse me. One Piece is such a long ass series, ADK says. Haven't kept up since after Luffy defeated Doflamingo. Well, see, that's in front of me, so I don't want to get into talking about that because that's where I haven't been yet. The only reason Dragon Spheres I don't have the Discord up very often is I don't think I think it's rude to have the Discord up to where you guys can see that I'm online and not be paying attention to it. Because otherwise I'd keep it on in the background. But again, I just think that's kind of a rude thing to do. And you guys know it's very, very rare that I have any amount of time in my day. I've had to restructure my whole days now because I just got so excited with getting the good connection that we could go back to streaming again and actually be streaming games, and then I could have fucking creepers come sneaking up on me and ruin the games that we're playing, but nonetheless that we're able to stream games again and stuff. Now I just need to start saving up money for the ceremony. That's the downside, Glenn. I tell you, because I used to work in that industry, I used to videotape weddings. The prices for everything in weddings is so ridiculously overpriced. I mean, it's almost criminal what and you know most weddings are young people starting out and they just come in and just rape them for everything. Um, Gon says your wife should watch Onichichi. Heartfelt story about a father bonding with his daughters. Very wholesome. I enjoy that stuff too, Gon. I found I really like the slice of life anime. Again, I love Kids on the Slope. And then oh, why is the other name gonna go out of my head again? God damn it. Usagi Drop. Usagi Drop was fantastic as well. Usagi Drop did such a good job of being right on point with what it's like to have a little kid. The whole thing with the when she peed the bed, it sweat. Shit, that was just so perfect. Don't take anything Gon says seriously. Why? What is that one? What's it called? Onichichi. I take it that shouldn't be, that is not actually a father bonding with. Oh, that's got to be some sort of pedo shit or something, right? The Dust. Where are reactions on the Boruto? Probably at a reaction channel that watches Boruto. I would imagine that's where I'd look for them. Please don't tell me you like ecchi anime. Well, listen. As long as High School DxD fits in the category of ecchi, yes, it's one of my all-time favorites. I love that series. Dragon Sphere says you do respond quite often on Patreon though, which is totally awesome. We do love you for it. Some creators, not most, don't really do it properly. I'll tell you, Dragon Sphere, I've never understood that either. What is the fun of having the channel, or what is the fun of having the community over at the Goosh if you don't want to interact with everybody? Especially with something like reaction videos. I mean, that's the fun of it. Is when I'm doing a reaction video, I feel like I'm talking to you guys. So to do the reaction and then drop it there and not watch the follow-up, watch what you guys are saying afterwards, what the fuck would be the sense? I don't understand why some people. Again, everybody's got to do their own thing. I don't want to seem like I'm throwing stones at other YouTubers or whatever, but I don't understand why you would even want to do that. Even at the YouTube channel, where sometimes we can get inundated with comments. I always read all the comments. Obviously, I can't respond to them all, but I read everything because, again, why would you not want to have that interaction? Excuse me. Yeah, it is a blast on there, Dragon Spheres. It really is. But again, that's the only reason I don't spend more time over at everything is on a delay today. Everything's going to be a little bit slower than usual. I've noticed that as I'm getting older too. I think the post concussion is taking the moment to moment words away from me more and more often than it ever did, unfortunately. But Discord is what I was trying to say. That's the only reason I'm not on the Discord server more. Is again, I don't think that's a fair thing to have it open and not be paying attention to it. Death Note was fantastic PC format. Love Death Note. Yeah, that was really good. Talk about a well-structured series. Loved everything about it. Loved it right from start to finish. And the clip I was posting the other day, that scene where Light sends I can't remember the character's name, but his fiance there off to kill herself, and the way he fucking mocks her when he sends her away, just wow. That was intensely powerful. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. That was Enemy-chan. That always gets mentioned when we have votes over at the Goosh. When we have the nominations and polls, it typically always gets nominated and it gets some support. It just hasn't gotten enough to get over the top yet. Overrated anime can be good and all. Cross Phantom says, but underrated anime can be so good a lot of the time. What the hell? Man, my tongue is just falling off today. Omega Project, again, we're talking about his girlfriend. That's who he's referencing. I think I'll show her Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood next and probably One Punch Man. I think anybody would like FMAB. I just think that's has such great cross appeal. That's a real classic anime. I loved FMAB and had still what is, and I'm sure many of you agree, had the character who is to me still to this day the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in an anime. I've ever seen in any form of entertainment. there's nobody that outranks Shao Tucker for absolute garbage. Hey, Lud, good to see you, pal. Can we bring back the high school DxD Bazongas? Oh, Loki. That's, my waifu list is getting more and more crowded, but Akano will always be right up there at the top. Akano and Ceres Victoria will always be holding at or near the top of my waifu list. Those two are just non-negotiable. Doesn't matter how hot anybody else may be coming along, and they'll jump on the list, but the top spots are always going to be, at least some of the top spots are always going to be those two. So have you ever seen Overlord? Yeah, because that one would be awesome to react to. Maybe like a reaction on his best overpowered moments. Yeah, Jack Bones. That's Overlord and Konosuba are the two at the top of my list of anime I've seen, and I really want to watch again. Having seen it a while ago, the desires there just to reacquaint yourself with it again, just because it was so good. Love Cowboy Bebop, Cross Phantom. That was another great one. Yep. Excuse me. That was surprisingly good. And what a sad, tragic yet bittersweet ending that had as well. And Radical Edward is one of my all-time favorite anime characters as well. She was so cool. And there was just something so great about her. You know what I'm really is underrated for me, a character that I'm really enjoying, just strictly out of the cutesy nature, though, is in One Piece right now is Chimney and Gonbi, but Chimney more specifically, she's such a cute kid, and she's just always smiling. It doesn't matter what's going on. It took having to have the floodwaters come rushing at her in that tunnel to actually get her to do anything but just grin. Oh yeah, Overlord was fun. The word motor boner will unlive on. Another thing I had forgotten to mention, another thing I really loved about Overlord is, for me, it did a great job of hooking me in right away, because the opening sequences where the game servers are being taken down, they really did that well, don't you guys think? I mean, they really made you feel, because most all of us are gamers, and they really made you feel bad because you can identify with having played a game for a long period of time and built your own world in there and built your own friendships and relationships and have it being taken away. So that really hit home for me from the start. So that gave Overlord a big leg up for me right from the start, because I like that opening. Yeah, see you, Space Cowboy. God damn, those were, geez, those were good. King Dice. Yeah, the Overlord reactions. Pretty much everything is on Patreon. The only thing we've reacted to that isn't wholly on Patreon is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because that's at the YouTube channel, except for one that got taken down. And Naruto, which, whatever is left is on the YouTube channel. We have some at the end, because Naruto is when we started getting hit by all the Japanese companies. So the last 12, 13 episodes of Naruto are also at the Goosh, because that's where, I had to move them over there because I couldn't even put them on YouTube anymore. But other than that, everything, all the anime I've seen is there. Snow White with the Red Hair is an interesting show. I like the idea of a medieval setting, and the characters are great. Okay, I don't even know about that. Tiny the Evil, I love Tiny the Evil, Nero. I haven't seen the series. When we're back in the day, when we're able to do the regular reaction video streams, the gang kept showing me clip after clip after clip of Tiny the Evil, so it gave me a good base of knowledge of what went on, and the character just fascinated me right from the start. Because, of course, looking at her, or him, in that Cupid doll childlike face, kicking all the ass that she was kicking, it just really captured my imagination. So yeah, Tiny the Evil is even on, if you look closely on the YouTube channel at Spaz Boys, she is in the background. Chrome does all the artwork for us and all that stuff. Chrome Chrome came to me and we were going through the characters that had really struck me the most, and we definitely wanted to put Tanya the Evil in there. Reaction video streams, never heard of it, Cesaro says. After watching the Shao Tucker scene for the first time, I felt sick for a few days after. Yeah, Niall, that stays with you. Absolutely. That's why, for me, it's so easy to call him the most fucked up character I've seen, because of the profound effect that scene has on you. I mean, it is ultimately disturbing. And all to save his position. He did that to his wife, did that to his little girl, all to save his job. What scumbag bitch he is. Attack on Titan is only going to get more and more crazy as you go. That's good with me, Saw. That's good with me. I'm enjoying that a lot. I really am. Oh, Itsunagi, what would you say your favorite season of JoJo? Ooh, I liked all of JoJo. Boy, again, I'm not good at that. I come up with favorites and something that I really enjoy. I don't know. I think possibly Jotaro's season, but just by a little bit. I just really like Jotaro. Moji Mosh. Are you going to react to the rest of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge? Or maybe not some actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably neither, La Fruitcake. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged on the YouTube channel kept getting hit with strikes, and I just don't really feel like fighting with that. I can get them overturned, but I really don't feel like going through the battles anymore. Lude says, if you had put in as much time and commitment as was put in by Ainz's guild into Yggdrasil, you'd have a very big void in your life. I agree. I was never a huge fan of MMOs, but it showed the great side perfectly. Exactly, Lude. That's exactly what got to me right from the start. It's like, man, I mean, this really sucks for these guys. And you felt bad watching it count down for it to be time for it to be gone. It really struck a chord with me immediately, right from the first episode. Ass versus Boo, Shajil says, the greatest and most important versus battle of all time. For me, it depends. I can't call one over the other because I like looking at it more as a whole package, so it depends on who it's on. Omega Project, again, we're talking about when he says if he's talking about his girlfriend. If she gets through FMAB, I'll show her Hellsing Ultimate. Oh, Hellsing. Now see, my wife wouldn't like Hellsing Ultimate because that's too gory for her. Plus, I'd be getting all bonered up. I'd get all bonered up over Sarah's Victoria. So, but yeah, FMAB. I just, again, whenever, because people my own age and my own peers know nothing about anime, and the rare occasions that they'll feign an interest or maybe even have a little bit of an interest, when they ask, well, what's a good one to watch? That's usually the first or one of the first ones out of my mouth, because I think that appeals to pretty much anybody. It's just such a well-told story with such good characters. So yeah, I've recommended that one to a lot of people. Loki says, I've said this before, but the music in One Piece is phenomenal. Agreed? At pulling you into the emotions of the characters and situations too. Yeah, spot on with keeping the mood. Yep, couldn't agree more, Smokey Loki. Probably not surprising considering how iconic One Piece is, but absolutely. Could not agree with you more. Proxy, good to see you. Hey man, congrats on your channel. You've come so far, I still remember Prostitute Mickey. Those are so good. And all those good old videos. Keep it up, my man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Goddamn, Prostitute Mickey. You get me laughing just thinking about him again. Prostitute Mickey is some purely legendary shit right there. That, oh gosh, what's his name? No, Johnny Ethko. Johnny Ethko. What a mind. That's the kind of demented mind I want making my entertainment right there. Oh, and what I love about it too is just how, and of course this probably proves that I'm a little fucked up, but just how defeated Mickey is in every way. You know, even if he's just getting in the car to give a quickie, or going home to Minnie and getting bullied and bossed around there, or having Goofy at his door for drugs. Everything just, he's so defeated. And then we go down to Disney World and I see him all over the parks. And that's all I can think of. It's like, yeah, man, it's not long till you'll be turning tricks on the corner, dude. Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, we played it. Biggest Marvel fan ever. That was fun. That was a fun game. That that was really, really creepy and well put together. I enjoyed that one. Steven says, liked your reaction to Full Metal. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love Full Metal. Omega said, and again, we're talking about his girlfriend. I had to show her Dragon Ball first because unknowingly made a reference to it, then didn't get why I cracked up laughing. And I think Dragon Ball has wide appeal. And just the only reason I say my wife, it wouldn't appeal to her because she wouldn't be as much into the combat oriented anime as she would. Not that Dragon Ball doesn't have some good human stories, because it does, but she likes that to be front and center. That's why I would push her more towards Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or something like that. But yeah, I think well, obviously Dragon Ball's got. Well, I'm saying something earth shattering there. Of course, Dragon Ball has wide appeal. Look at just look at the dollars it brings in, and look at how it's been able to cross from east to west so seamlessly. Jack Bones, I recommend to watch Goofy on Trial animated because that shit's hilariously fucked up. I think I might have seen that. I'd have to remember back, Jack. That sounds familiar. I think I've seen that. Yeah, I don't even remember where, if it was in one of the reaction video streams or what, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I don't know if I'll be make it tomorrow to the stream. I have court tomorrow and it might get canceled, but I'm not sure. Oh, all right. Well, we'll look for you anyway, Jacob. If you can make it, that'll be good. There might be. I didn't even finish that sentence before I started the next one. There might be a stream later today, depending on how everything goes in my house, and as well as getting Resident Evil 2 downloaded and ready to go and everything. And now I got to be careful because what happened, for those who weren't in that stream, we were playing some GTA 5. And everything got out of sync. The game got out of sync with my video, and I'm like, this is why I just got got the extra speed and everything, so this wouldn't happen anymore. I was pissed. And then I found out that with the update, I had just done an update to my driver, to my video card, and my video card breaks down each game I have, and it does so even more so now with this update, breaks down each individual game, so you can go in and put settings for each one individually. Well, what I didn't know is when it updated, it maxed all the settings out. So it had GTA 5 at 1920 1080 and balls out on everything at the same time. Now, my computer's fairly decent. I mean, it's got 20 gigs of RAM. It's got an i5 processor. It's fast. But it was just overwhelming it. And that's why everything got out of sync. So now I got to remember when I install a game, I got to go into the video card and make sure that it doesn't have ridiculous settings for it by default. I believe in you, man. You can harness the power of Resident Evil 2 and you will beat that game. I hope so, Taylor. I have a lot more confidence, obviously, in my ability to beat a game now playing it on live streams with you guys. Because you guys are the only reason I lasted as long as I did, obviously, like in Minecraft Hardcore. And again, it sucked to get taken out. But at least I think it was a reasonable way to go out. It wasn't a misplay on my part or anything. It was just not remembering to have my head on enough of a swivel while I was down in a cave. But because what I was doing at that point, I just wanted to see how tough the monsters were because I was tired of just running from them. So I determined I could beat the skeletons no problem. If I was facing the creepers, I was having no problem. My shield was defending me fine. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I go to head back upstairs out of the cave to take care of some more things, and then one sneaks up behind me and blows me up. That pissed me off. I played 4 cross-random, Resident Evil 4. Excuse me, but I didn't get to finish it. But I did play a good hunk of that one. That's the only one. Edgar says, yeah, when DB Super came out, I was like, yes. I thought Akira hung it up with DBZ. I didn't think there would be more. I enjoyed Super a lot, Edgar. I know a lot of people weren't as big on it. I liked it. The Tournament of Power was fantastic. I really liked Super. I just love those characters. Plus, again, I know it was through the abridged, but those characters were the first ones I was introduced to as in anime. So I think with something like that, they always have a special place to you. You know, the DBZA Krillin will always be something special to me. I just love that character. Creeper, hey, I just want some candy. Yeah, that's what it was too, Loki. That sucked so hard. I wouldn't even. I think I would have minded less if I had gone down to fight the monsters and lost. Because I knew I was planning on going down to fight them because I needed to see if they were defeatable and if so, what I needed to do to beat them. So I think it's going to suck either way because the game's over, obviously, when you die. But I think I would have minded it less if I had at least just lost in a square up, boom, boom, let's go at it fight than getting freaking nuked from behind. That pissed me off. Omega Project. Again, he was talking about his girlfriend and watching anime. The thing about her and anime, she likes animation, but she had never seen anime before, which I don't get how that happened. That's the thing, though, Omega. That happened with me, too, though. Because I've been an animation fanatic my whole life. I loved cartoons as a kid, and I never stopped. All my favorite shows on TV are animated. I love South Park. I love Family Guy. I love the Simpsons. I was watching live the very first Simpsons, and I don't mean the first episode. I mean the old Tracy Ullman show. That's the only reason I remember her name. The old Tracy Ullman show when she had the first little mini vignette of the Simpsons. So I've always been into it. I didn't, like I'd always told the gang, I didn't stay away from anime on purpose. It was just like, I don't think that's something that will interest me. Why I thought that, I couldn't tell you. But if it hadn't been for you guys talking me into DBZA, I would have never gotten into it. And I'm really, really glad I've gotten into it. Simpsons. Yeah. Big Green, I tell you, my tongue, my jaw are falling apart more than usual today for some reason. FMAB, yeah. Yash, that, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, those are one of the only anime I've been able to get successfully up at YouTube. They're all there. All except one got taken out. I zip tied my penis to a brick. Do you plan on watching any of the One Piece movies when you get caught up enough? No idea, to be honest with you. I'm not even thinking that far ahead just because we've got so far to go. I really don't know. Let's see. My girlfriend was the same way. She's seen mainly only anime from Miyazaki, but she loves anything Disney. Well, that's the thing too, Glenn. My wife obviously is a major Disney nut, and I wish I could remember to tell you guys for sure which movie it was she watched with me. I'll have to go back through and look at the movies I have, and I'll remember. But she did enjoy it. She'll be the first, and that's why I kept trying to explain to her that a lot of these are like Japanese Disney, and she did enjoy the movie. You're going to LSU's victory parade, TKD? That's cool. That's got to be fun to go to something like that. Man, if ever a team deserved it, they were. I've been watching football since I was like 5-6 years old, and that's probably the best offense, overall offense I've ever seen. I've seen running backs who are unstoppable, mainly Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker. I've seen quarterbacks who are exceptional, but overall, that was probably the scariest offense I've ever seen. And who would ever thought LSU, who built their legend for so many years on defense, that it would be them who would come up with an offense like that? If you get someone to watch anime, you got to show them Tokyo Ghoul. That's one, Fahad. That one has been talked about, Tokyo Ghoul, since I started watching anime, and it's another one that fits in that category that every time we have nominations or anything, it gets mentioned a lot, but it just doesn't get quite enough support, to get over the top and get installed. I want you to play that cute and family friendly game Outlast. I played a little Outlast. I dabbled around with it, Zarek. I wouldn't mind going back into trying that. I'm anxious though now. You guys have really hyped me up for Resident Evil 2 here. I'm real anxious to get that started. So like I say, right after the stream, I'm gonna go buy it. I see Humble Bundle's got a good deal on it. I'm gonna go buy it at Humble Bundle. I'll get it downloaded. That comes in handy with having the faster connection now. Get that downloaded, and if I can get everything in place and I find some time in the evening because I'm not sure. I've got a couple things I got to do. If I can find the time, I'll stream it tonight. If not, I'll stream it tomorrow though, because I do want to get started on it. Let's see. NFL matchup prediction. Glenn Aker says Derrick Henry runs over Kansas City defense and Mahomes won't be about to bail them out. You could be right. I'll tell you, for those who aren't big football fans, this Derrick Henry is a freak. He's fun to watch. You rarely see running backs that are 6'5", and it looks comical watching him play, watching these grown ass men trying to tackle this monster. Derrick Henry's the real deal. I won't want to tackle a guy. Just curl up in a ball and just go, bro. Leave me alone. Hold on. Okay. Now let's see if I got that. Omega Project says he's talking about him and his girlfriend watching anime. The bad thing is we'll be watching something when she decides she wants to distract me. She knows exactly what to do. Well, that's not altogether a bad thing, though, pal. I mean, no, I get what you're saying. Sometimes it's like, oh, but I was watching this. But it doesn't take long for it to go from, oh, I was watching this to, well, it'll be there when we're done. No, you definitely want a girl that knows how to distract you. Not to mention how he treated New England and Ravens defense. He's a beast, Glenn. He was in college too. I mean, when he was at Alabama, he was a freak. Jeez, but he's fun to watch. He's him and Ezekiel Elliott are my favorite running backs in the league right now. I just like watching both of them. Smokey Loki. Will they ever make an anime based on Dennis the Menace? Except instead of being a troublemaker, he's actually a serial killer. Oh, Mr. Wilson. That's good. I would watch that. I think you should pitch that. I would absolutely watch that. Dennis the Menace, he was huge when I was a kid. Between they had comic books of him, but he was a cartoon strip, of course, in the paper. And back in the day, I was a freak for anything animated. I read the cartoon strips. Fuck off, train. The cartoon strips in the paper, I read those religiously. So Dennis the Menace, he was a big deal when I was a kid. Omega says, correction. Again, we're talking about his girlfriend and watching anime with him. Correction, with her, it's when she's done. I have very little to say about it. That's good, though. It actually sounds like you guys have a good time together, though. I mean, just in general, a good time together. And that's cool. When you can spend quality time, even if it is doing something just like watching anime, it really is. It says a lot about the relationship. It's very cool. No, all of Overlord is up at the Goo Shed, our Patreon, Brandon. It's funny how Stephen Hawking sounds like Stephen Walking or Stephen Talking, but he can't do any of those things. Ah, Stephen. And for those of you who don't know, for a while in the streams, I think Edgar, is Edgar still here? I think it was Edgar that got it started. The Stephen Hawking jokes. For some reason, they caught on, and we had, it was freaking funny. What, guys, a couple months where it was just nothing but Stephen Hawking jokes. And I was always a huge Stephen Hawking fan, but god damn it was funny. Excuse me, sorry, guys. Let's see. Overlord. Years ago, that was just a cool video game about a villain that controls tiny minions. When you say Overlord or Minion, they think of Despicable Me or Overlord the anime. True. Edgar, there he is. Did I hear a Stephen Hawking joke? Edgar got everybody started on those, and it was a funny couple months. I think a lot of why I enjoyed it so much was because it was so random too. I mean, nobody here made any mention or ever indicated that they disliked Stephen Hawking in any way, shape, or form. It's just the Stephen Hawking jokes. Edgar got him started, and it just snowballed, and it wouldn't end. Favorite JoJo character? I don't know. I'd have to sit down and think about that some more. There were so many great characters in there. I'd really have to, because I don't want to forget somebody. I have to think about that. I sure did like Polnareff, though. He was cool, but I don't want to say for sure he's my number one. But he's right up there. I like Polnareff. Excuse me. What was Stephen Hawking's last words? Microsoft power down noise. Oh, jeez, Glenn. he should have. He should have had that like installed in his headstone, where you could just push a button and then you hear that the power down noise. That's right. Omega was with us. He says, "Oh God, I remember the Stephen Hawking jokes. He got roasted hard for 2 months straight. Funniest thing ever." And it was. And the funny thing about it was, again, it caught on. It snowballed, and all the jokes were funny too. And it would. And the best part about it was, like from day to day, we'd just be talking about something, anything, didn't matter what. Randomly, they would just start up again. Somebody, after Edgar got it started, somebody hit a Stephen Hawking joke, then somebody else would come in with another. It got to be really funny. Yeah, Polnareff was badass, and so was Silver Cherry. I agree, Big Green. I really liked him, and I really liked in the final season there, or the most recent season, how he came back in the role he had, and the role, of course, Silver Chariot had as well. I haven't seen the latest Star Wars film. Biggest Marvel fan. Brax and I were gonna go. We had a couple plans. Things kept getting messed up, and we kind of. It's not that we don't want to see it, but we, in our circle of friends, it seemed like so many people were underwhelmed by it. It kind of took the edge off the excitement anyway, because we had planned to see it a couple different times, and then again, just different things came up and we couldn't. But I haven't seen it yet. Okay, Glenn. Well, thanks for being in while you could. And getting food is always a good thing. I gotta stop eating at some point, guys. I'm gonna eat myself to death. Oh well, what a way to go. Oh, Stephen Hawking got sick, so he got taken to a mechanic. Dylan says. And Donald J. Trump. Want to hear a joke? Stephen Hawking walks into a bar. Poor Stephen. um. I zip tied my penis to a brick. I wouldn't recommend watching Tokyo Ghoul. It's one of my favorite series, but the anime adaptation goes downhill after season 1, and with season 2 being non-canon, and season 3 and 4 have bad animation. Really? That's too bad. I wonder if that has something to do with why... I wonder if there's a lot of people that maybe share that opinion, and that's why it does struggle to actually, get the big push. Could be. Rise of Skywalker was shit, CD says. Yeah, it's too bad. Like I say, it really... We took the edge off because again it was people that we know and we respect their opinions, and they were all saying nah. It's happening again. Omega says, yeah. Poor Steven. Poor Steven. We are not gonna let him rest in peace. Yeah, a filler season. That was my sentence exactly when he said that, Big Green. That was great. That seems like a lot to get through. Sauce says thoughts on Sogeking. Badass sniper. I like his character, but I miss Usopp. I liked having Usopp there. I know Sogeking is a friend of his, and they have some similarities, even some physical traits that are similar. But yeah, I miss Usopp, but Sogeking's cool. Stephen Hawking runs a marathon. Trump fake news. Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing, Em. I get to enjoy jokes over and over because it takes so long for anything to stick to my memory. It's anything old is new again. Stephen Hawking was a huge fan of Christopher Walken. And the reason why I may surprise you, it's because he was a good actor. That's pretty good, actually, Meadog. I like that one. Only One Piece could truly make a crap load of seasons all seem worthwhile. Yeah, Fahad, I'll tell you, I am just infatuated with that series. But again, as I've explained to the gang, in the reactions we do at the Goosh, one of the ways to get to me is I like stories of camaraderie, and I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for stories of friendship above all, and that's Monkey D. Luffy, and to a larger extent that's One Piece, and so that will always have me coming back for more because I really like that element of the storytelling. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Brandon says Stephen Hawking was pretty cool. Sometimes he'd just go to the studio where they made The Simpsons and just hang out. I do know he had a tremendous sense of humor about himself. Well, you see that in shows like The Big Bang Theory and everything. And that's always been a big indicator of character for me. I love people that, especially people who have achieved a certain level in life or in their specific field, that they can still have a sense of humor about themselves is a really big deal. Donald J says, all my friends agree that Code Geass is greatest anime of all time. I had said earlier, I don't think you're in yet, Donald. Code Geass will come up the goose at some point because even if it doesn't get voted in through the nominations and a poll, eventually, because I designate what goes at the $1 level, I will eventually put it there because I need to see it. Only because, again, I base that $1 level on what you guys say to me. And Code Geass gets mentioned all the time and always in glowing reviews. So I will see Code Geass at some point. Good to see you, Hussein. I'm doing good. But yeah, it may be a little while because again we got to finish Assassination Classroom. Then we got Demon Slayer Trigun coming, but eventually at some point Code Geass is going to make it. Yeah, see, and Sigmund says the same thing. At least Code Geass is amazing. Just I don't remember anybody not liking or at least mentioning it and not liking Code Geass. The battle in the latest Star Wars is good, but it just doesn't make sense. It's funny, biggest Marvel fan. That's a lot of the feedback we were getting is from our friends, the ones who were disappointed, said that just too much of the way it all ended just didn't make sense to them. Excuse me. That, again, the visuals were fantastic and all that, but they were really displeased by the plot. Wow, that's saying a lot. Saw says Code Geass is greater than Death Note. Yeah, Ethan, I really enjoyed Death Note too. That's saying a lot. Cesaro says Code Geass is GOAT. Yeah, that's so that I will put it in there one way or another. We will get to Code Geass. I can't. As I was trying to think as we're talking here, I can't think of a series that we haven't yet watched that has been mentioned more than Code Geass. Mentioned favorably more often than Code Geass. Omega Project. Again, we're talking about his girlfriend in anime. She's not in anime. I think I'll get her to read manga at some point, but that's a battle for another day. That's something, I'll tell you, Omega, that's something I really wish I had more time for. Like, I bought the digital version of Hunter x Hunter, the manga, where the anime left off because I loved Hunter x Hunter so much, and I still haven't gotten a chance to read it. I got through the first several pages in one sitting, and I haven't gotten to go back to it. That I do miss. That's the only thing. I mean, I never complain about not having much time because the reason I don't have much time is I'm doing stuff that I love. I'm live streams and watching anime videos and posting them, and it's all stuff I love. So it's not a complaint. It's just a fact I don't have as much time. And even then, when I complain about not having time, it's typically because I want to do more things with anime or manga. M says, OP is worthwhile because almost everything has meaning and or connects. I completely agree. Paying attention to details is important. The writing and stories are great. Absolutely. And I'm already seeing, isn't it funny, M, how you say, I'm already seeing, I'm 300 episodes in, already, but in One Piece, that is already. I'm already seeing how they sometimes full circle things. And I can foresee some other things circling back that I'm really looking forward to as well. Yeah, I completely agree 100% in my 300 plus episodes that I've watched so far. Completely agree with you. The writing is fantastic. The characters are great. Smokey Loki. Don't know if it's happened yet, but it would be cool if there was an anime based off those old spaghetti westerns from the 60s. Yeah, if there is, I'd never heard of it, but you're right. Those are some classics. Those old Clint Eastwood westerns and stuff. Those were good. Those are some great ones. And says, also, I wish you could punch your son. Yeah, it sucks when he's off at school. I miss having him around. M says, you'll be surprised you're just getting the meat of the stories. It's so good, M. I'm having so much fun with it, especially this arc we're in right now. And now, of course, I haven't posted it yet because I just watched it. But seeing Luffy go back to Gear 3rd, that's a pretty big ass fist he punched Lucci with. I can't wait to see the fallout from all that. ReZero, no, that's another one. That made the last poll too, because what we do at the Goose when we're picking a new series, we have nominations People vote on, people suggest an anime, then people vote for it if they want to see it in the poll. And ReZero made the poll again. It just wasn't able to win. So it just means that it's getting closer and closer to being picked. I like what's the difference between Stephen Hawking and Carr. Carr loses loyal. Stephen loses the ability to walk. Poor Stephen Hawking. Oh, and Jacob. Stephen Stephen Hawking is definitely in hell because he can't get up the stairway to heaven. Jesus. Oh. More superhero showdowns? Not sure, Edo Boy. I gotta look. It's the third one is coming up. I'm just not sure when yet. I've got several things I want to watch. I want to watch that new RDC World 1 video as well, so I'm not sure if it's going to be in the next couple days, but it'll be coming. Let's see. Vasha Stampede is Western style anime. Cowboy Bebop is. It has elements of it, I think, Shard in Hand. I don't know that I would call it based directly on the spaghetti westerns, but it certainly has elements of that. Desert Punk was my jam. Super Bowl Showdown. Konosuba is better than ReZero. Don't at me. Well, see, the thing there, Saw, I haven't, and in fairness, I haven't seen ReZero yet, but Konosuba is near the top of my list. So it's, to me, even if Konosuba is superior to another anime, doesn't mean that anime is bad, because Konosuba is that damn good. I love Konosuba. Stardust Crusaders is more Western. Jotaro is supposed to be a Clint Eastwood type. Do you see that? I did. It's terrible. His name always goes out of my head. The creator of JoJo. Yeah. I read an article about him meeting Clint Eastwood and Clint Eastwood being a JoJo fan and everything, and how he had based the character off him. You like Konosuba ReZero? And like I say, to me, Araki, thank you, Attaboy. Yeah, Big Green, to me, I like Konosuba over, whatever you feel in that blank with, that's not demeaning it, or it's not a slam, because Konosuba is really, really good. Very knowledgeable. Well, thanks, John Keeper. I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. What do you think about Alistar, the radio demon from Hazbin Hotel? I think it was cool. Alexis, Spaz Kid loves him. He got one of the things he got for Christmas was a sweatshirt with him on it on the back. He absolutely loves that character. Omega, what's the difference between Stephen Hawking and Krillin? When Krillin gets, well, I'm thinking owned, he can get back up. Poor Stephen Hawking. Now he's even getting compared to Krillin. Any 3D anime yet? No, Sigmund. No. Nope. Attaboy says, where do I get it? Ooh, that's a baseball t-shirt. I think I got that one at TeePublic. I think. Online, teepublic.com. I believe. I'm not sure. Okay, guys. I'm going to have to hang this stream up. I appreciate that. This was fun. I really enjoyed this hanging out. Because I do want to get some more editing done. And while I'm editing, I'll get Resident Evil 2 downloading. And again, by any chance, if I get it downloaded and put in, and I don't have too much to do this afternoon, I'll stream it. If not, it'll stream tomorrow, though. That'll be the next stream, regardless, is getting started on Resident Evil 2. And I'll see if I'm getting older, too. It seems like it'll be easier and easier and more likely that I piss myself playing a scary game. So, we all have that to look forward to. But thank you guys very much for hanging out with me. These streams just pick up my entire day. And as I said, we've got our regular outro that we were doing for a long time. And I think it makes it more special if we pick and choose our spots with it. Because I know some of you missed the Goosh Goosh outro. But I think when we have these chats, we'll just throw it in here and there because, well, I'm kind of demented, and I think that makes a difference somehow or something. But even without the full outro, let me still say pound fu. Have some sticky stuff. Everybody, sticky stuff. Share amongst yourselves. Go ahead. Everybody, come on. Share your sticky stuff. All right. Now I feel better.